Welcome back to Real Girl Talk Podcast Radio. I am your host, Sherry Ricard. I'm bringing you weekly interviews with fascinating guests, with action-packed episodes, highly relatable stories that help women reboot, regroup, and reinvent themselves in family, community, lifestyle, and business. And of course, always committed to keeping it real. Now let's dive in.
The loss of a loved one is a nearly universal emotional crisis. Unprocessed grief and painful feelings can be buried, leaving you to feel numb. But there is hope. Certified grief counselor, RN, and author Sherry Ricard shares her story of how to cope in her first book, Wake Up Call, A Mother's Grief Journey, after the loss of her 17-year-old son. This book, along with Sherry's other books, are available on Amazon as well as on sherryricard.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to Real Girl Talk Podcast Radio. As always, I have an amazing guest for you. I know you're going to learn a lot from her. Her name is Nicole Authier, and she owns a company called MYTAGALONGS, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. But she started this in Montreal, Canada back in 2006, and the objective of her starting this company was basically streamlining women's lives in a smarter way. Nicole is going to tell us about the path that she took in launching this. And basically she wants to take this global. She wants to be in a lot of different chains of stores, and she's going to be, but she's going to tell us the ups and downs and the roller coaster of starting a business and how she wants to create a business for women that is basically a smart way to help them make their lives easier every day. Welcome to the show, Nicole.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And I know one thing that jumped out at me, and you know I'm going to ask you this, is when you began, you started with women's disposable underwear.
Yeah, so the idea came across our desk. It was just a random thing. It's very available in Asia. So it's not for incontinence. It's for that time of the month. It's your spare pair after the gym. When you travel, we've all been in that hotel room blow drying our underwear because we didn't bring enough. Everybody
right.
So that was the first product we had, but the whole idea was, how else can we make women's lives easier when they're on the go? How do they get organized? So what we did is we interviewed 200 women, opened up their purses. How are you getting organized? And you know what it was about? It was about the Ziploc. So now I say diamonds are not a girl's best friend, it's the Ziploc.
Wow.
From their children's pacifiers to their vitamins, to their receipts, to their extra change, everything is trying to be compartmentalized in these little plastic bags. So I thought, okay, there must be a prettier yet still affordable way to do this. So
right.
That's the whole idea of how this started. So now it's way more than the disposable underwear. And the disposable underwear, believe it or not, that we knocked on Walmart Canada's door and they said yes. So that launched that product. But the marketing that was needed to explain this product was so much that we said, okay, we can't focus on that. It has to be the broader range of products.
So just talk about your products. Talk about how you went from disposable underwear when you actually launched to now that you have over 50 products that are available.
Yeah. A lot more than that. Yeah, how we started is, okay, in their purses. So what do we have? Okay, vitamins. We created a little vitamin case. Instead of a pill case that, oh, you're not feeling well. No, we made it look really fun and cute, and you're keeping your fish oils, your omega-3s, whatever it is that you're trying to keep healthy, keep it in your purse, and just it's smart, and yet it's still fashionable function is what we call it. Or we also found crushed tampons. So we created a little tampon case. Then as it evolved, we started creating products that covered fitness because you're going to the gym. So we have gym bags and gym bag shoes for, bags to put inside for each, or little waist pouches, things that help you when you're at the gym. And the same thing with travel. Travel is the obvious one. We all get organized when we travel. So we've got everything from packing cubes to neck pillows, compact travel bottles, and everything is designed to help you get organized and look good while you're doing it.
Okay, so let's talk about this for a second, Nicole. You know that I travel constantly. So I need a MYTAGALONGS little goodie bag.
First of all, you need a packing cube. I don't know if you travel with packing cubes, but you need those.
I need everything. I need everything when I travel because, even down to the tags that we put on our luggage, we all want them to be cute, right? So I bought one to match my rose gold luggage that says "Believe in yourself," and because I'm all about the empowerment and the I ams and really fulfilling yourself with confidence and saying good things to yourself every day. So tell us a little bit about what you do with all of these things that you're incorporating in these products to make women's lives easier and more organized. Obviously, how are you incorporating that into empowering women as well?
You know what? I think just because by the nature of the product being smart, it's frivolous. You're going to see it. Sometimes they have sayings. Sometimes they have pretty patterns that make you feel happy.
Good. Yes.
So yes. The design is there, but it's the function of the product that makes you feel like, oh my God, I've got it together. And people are spending more money, not on products, but they're spending it on experiences, which I think is amazing. If we, women or everybody in general, it's more about that trip you're going to take, that experience you're going to go on, that spin class, those things that make you feel good about yourself. Yes. We just want to tag along with that and say, okay, let's help you get organized when you're doing those things. And I think that enhances the life of the women who are using them because we're tagging along on their experience.
Talking to the audience of mothers that are going, wow, she has really grown a big business. And this is something that I would love to do. How do you do this with children? How do you balance your children and your family life with building such a large brand?
Large. Thank you for that. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. The kids were little. Now they're a little bit older. I travel a lot. It's never easy. And you know what? When we say we can have it all, the truth is it is a struggle. Some days it's like, okay, how do I get this done? Or I'm landing at 9 and I know, okay, oh my God, the kids, are they in bed? Did they get their homework done? And I wish I had a magic way to say, oh, do it this way. Or if you do that. But at the end of the day, and every day is different. You could plan for X, but you're going to get Y, and you have to be resilient and you have to be ready for plan B not in your personal life or in your business are things going to go always the way you plan them. Actually, that's the one thing I can guarantee anybody listening is that it will never go the way you planned it.
Exactly. I'm a true believer in that. And you have to be flexible because I think some women will have a plan. And if it does not go exactly like they're planning it, whether it be going into a relationship or starting a business or whatever maybe they are going from corporate world into being a business owner, or they're an entrepreneur and they're transitioning into maybe expanding their business. If it does not go according to that quote unquote business plan that they laid out for the banker, and then what happens is they want to quit. They want to throw in the towel. And what would you say to that woman that's ready to throw in the towel?
So can I share a story?
Yes, absolutely.
Were chosen by Oprah as her favorite things a couple of years ago. And this is how it came to be. That year I had decided, okay, we're going to invest in doing a trade show in New York. Okay. And we figured it's the first time we're doing this. Let's do it. So I invested a lot. We got a booth, we got a team down there, and they put us next to Christmas ornaments. So nobody buying my product was even going to go past that, right? We didn't get a single order. But a sales rep group from Dallas walked by, liked the product, and wanted to represent us in Dallas. Okay. We said, why not? Off to Dallas we go 6 months later. We set up a trade show there, and who should walk by but Adam Glassman, who's Oprah's right-hand man and creative director.
Yes, I know who Adam is.
Loved the product. 2 weeks later, I got the request for samples. 2 weeks after that, I got the call. You were chosen. So from a trade show that was supposed to give me X, I got nothing of what I expected, but look what I got. And I know this is your thing. It's you manifest if you want, but I didn't get what I thought I was going to get. I got something better, way better, something that I could not have even imagined I was going to get.
Wow.
It was not on the plan. It was obviously the dream, but it was not in my plan for that. And I think that is such an analogy for life. And I tell my children all the time, you have to keep putting yourself out there. I could have said, oh my gosh, I spend all this money. That's it. I'm quitting. No. You have to keep trying. And if that hadn't worked, so there'll be something else. And if that doesn't work, you just have to keep trying. If you know that this is the right thing, this is your path, and you have to you have to follow it, and it might not lead you where you expect, but trust me, something comes out of putting yourself out there. And the same thing, if you imagine, how are you going to meet the man of your dreams if you're sitting in your house, right?
Right.
You have to go out. He's not going to knock at your door.
Right. Or go and have dinner with your girlfriends every Friday night. How are you going to meet the man if you're just sitting at a table with a couple of women?
I'm not saying the man is everything, but you know what I mean.
Right,
it's just the analogy. Yeah.
Yeah. They have their necessities. We need them for things. So I love that story. And so what came of that? So once you met Adam and it became two of those were chosen for Oprah, how did that expand your business?
Well, you can imagine the sales. Obviously, our website, we had a partnership with Amazon also, because Oprah has a partnership with Amazon. So the sales were great. But more importantly than that, first of all, I felt validated.
Very
good. It was
good.
The first time it's like, okay, whoever said to me, oh, you can't do this, or you can't, you know what? Oh, well, if Oprah thinks it, then
yeah.
there must be something there. So that was great. And at the same time, we got into more retailers. We were able to call the retailers and say, hey, do you want to see what Oprah chose? So we expanded with the retailers we had, and obviously we got more retailers as well, because it definitely piqued someone's interest, is that the product must be something pretty special for Oprah to back it up.
So are all of your products, and I looked on the website and I saw a lot of the products, and that's where I was thinking about the luggage tags. I was like, oh, I need those. And you have all these organization and these travel packs. What other products? Tell us about some of the things where you started there and you expanded.
Well, tech. So when I started, nobody had smartphones. I think I don't know what we had. So no AirPods, no earbuds, no iPod, no iPhone, no. So that was a big one. And one of the items Oprah chose was an earbud case, because nobody has those. All have earbuds, but where do we keep them? They're in the bottom of our purse, our briefcase, or our school bag, and they're usually tangled and they get destroyed. Right. So then it was laptops, so laptop sleeves, everything to organize your cords, your cables. So all of that was a big expansion. So what we do is we really follow our customer's lifestyle. So now she's traveling more, so we'll create products that are for travel. She's into tech, or she's on the road, so we'll create tech products. She's into wellness, so now we've got wellness kits. We're starting meditation kits, take along with you, essential oils on the airplane with your eye mask. So we really follow the trend and the lifestyle of our customer.
I need everything you just said, Nicole. I need everything that you just said, because you just described my entire week right there of travel. And I know that if I'm feeling that way, there's so many women that are going, oh my gosh, I've got to find out where all these products are. I need these products, because anything that makes our life simpler, as well as, and I love putting it in a pretty case. Yeah. So when we're going and picking out luggage, you see, I go to a store and I refuse to buy that black suitcase because everyone else has it. I want the rose gold one that shines, because there are so many women that they want something different. They tend to navigate to things that fit their personality, as well as their lifestyle. And because we're all different, it's nice that you have different products and they're styled differently to suit different personalities and to different lifestyles and the way they live.
Imagine in tech, so luggage is a great one. It used to be all black because it was all for men, remember?
Right.
Now that's so cool. So if you go to tech accessories, for example, laptop sleeves, in most stores you'll find black, because that's what some companies, they just focus, because that's the demographic, used to be the men who buy it. So it's just very generic. What we've done is we've created a splash of color. We've got rose gold zippers, and we've got crystal prints and floral prints and all kinds of fun stuff in accessories that generally did not have this kind of fashion.
Right. I'm sitting here thinking about some of the listeners that not necessarily have those type of products, but there are products, maybe they are jewelry designers, maybe there are certain types of jewelry styles, or maybe they're artists, and there's particular, it's Hobby Lobby's great, but people also like personal canvases that are painted, and from women that sell those type of things. And they're thinking, wow, she has really taken that one product and developed it into so many products. And then you talk about the trade show. So tell us, for that woman that's in business, what is, and she's trying to expand. Like you said, there was a trade show, we invested in New York, and we went. What would you say? Is that something that you would give advice to another woman on? Hey, look for a trade show.
You know, it depends on the industry. I mean, jewelry is a tough one, but yes, there are trade shows. They're very expensive though. So it has to fall within your budget as well. But anything that can get you exposure, anything that, and it's really putting yourself out there, whether it's reaching out to the local newspaper to tell the story. And usually brands, it's about the story. If you're creating jewelry and you have a reason why you're creating it, get that story out. The rest seems to follow.
So tell us a little bit about your story. I know that you started to follow the trends, but something set fire in you for you to even take this step in the first place. And I know there's a story behind it for you to even come up with the idea. Where did that come from?
Well, I think I wanted to go into business. My ex-husband was in business, so I kind of have an idea, understanding what entrepreneurship is. Not that I'm a math whiz or a financial whiz or anything, but I knew I had, let me see, how can I explore that? In the meantime, my whole world exploded because I got divorced as I started to do this, and I had no alimony, no child support. I had to get a job. So MYTAGALONGS was my side hustle. So I worked all day. I come home at night, design, invest. I mortgaged my house to buy inventory. And unfortunately, all my buyers that year changed. And that's why I went to get a job. And I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I'm sitting on inventory. Who am I selling this to? So I just got the job. So I needed a regular paycheck. And what started to happen is the new buyers started saying, hey, this is selling. What else have you got? So I go home, I would design more, and then I would take a day off every 6 weeks, go down to New York, meet my customers, and sell. After about a year and a bit of this, the business really took off and it could stand on its own. I entered a partnership or a profit sharing agreement with someone who could take care of the back end. That lasted about 4 years. And then now I am on my own. I've got offices in Montreal and New York as well.
That's wonderful. So I think that a lot of women are probably getting excited by that, because we tend to think that if you don't have the money right there in the bank to start a business, then businesses aren't possible. But I believe that anything starts with a dream and a goal in mind. And it can stay a dream unless you are putting action behind it, and you evidently put action behind what you wanted to come to an existence, and you had goals set and you had timelines set and you knew where you were going, even though your business plan did not end up exactly like you thought. It ended up even bigger than you thought. I mean, of course, Oprah, if Oprah's backing you, you can't fail, right?
Well, you know what, crazier things have happened. I do suffer from imposter syndrome, where I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this could all end, or am I doing the right thing? Am I smart enough? Am I, and now I have a team, and okay, how do I empower them? And what do I get back from them? Because I could never do this alone. If I didn't have the team I have with me, there's no way I would even want to do this.
So where do you find a team like that? Do you believe in starting small and moving up, or just...
Yes,
okay.
Well, but that's been the model. Remember, I was in my house doing this, and it was one product at a time, one customer at a time, and it was one team member at a time.
Wow.
Like, okay, I need I need this help with this. Okay, let me hire this person. Then I need this. Okay, let me hire this person. And that's how it grew. Everything has grown organically, and that's the only way I know how to do things. I know there's other companies that start with large amount of capital, and they just have a different marketing, but I could only put one foot in front of the other to grow.
And you are actually in some big retailers. Your products are in Nordstrom.
Yes.
Anthropologie.
Yes.
Urban Outfitters. I mean, we're not talking the local 7-Eleven store. We're talking.
Although 7-Eleven has a lot of stores.
A lot of 7 has a lot of stores. But for product and pricing, you are in some of the bigger retailers where these women are actually going and they're looking for these type of products, and they're seeing these type of products in the store. Tell us how that first step, what was the first step you took into getting into a retail store?
A phone call. Oh my gosh. We are, yes, we call and we follow up and we call again. The other thing I've learned is a no today does not mean a no in 3 months, in 6 months, in a year. Some
I love
retailers
that.
took us almost 2 years to get into. It was calling, making the appointments. A lot of them don't give you the appointments right away. A lot of them don't even pick up the phone right away. But if you keep calling and you keep insisting, sending samples, you have to find clever ways to make it, get into their schedule. We hustle.
You
A
hustle.
lot.
Right.
And it's not easy.
You took action and you made it happen. But I believe anything worth doing takes effort.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And you're going to have to put action, and you're going to have to put hustle against in front of it. But some women want things and they do not know how to achieve them. They don't know the steps to take. And I love women like you that are willing to come on and help that woman, because what you're doing is you're basically cutting out some of the struggles that they may have by just giving some of those tips. You made a phone call. Somebody's thinking, well, how did she get into a retail store? She made a phone call. Where did she start? She invested in a trade show. It's expensive, but she did it. And so you took the risk to do that, and that empowers other women to take that risk as well. Tell us about some of the projects and things that you're working on right now that you can tell us about.
Oh, there's growth we have so many ideas. There's so many ways that we can expand in product. I mean, think of everything women do in their lives, from, going on a picnic, having babies. We haven't developed our baby collection yet. We haven't developed our pet collection. It's all in the bank. And while we do that, so our creative team works on that, then our sales team, it's a whole new ballgame. That's reaching out to all new customers if we're going into the baby space, right? It's not the same customer. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in terms sales and product as well.
That's amazing. So tell us some of the places, and we named a few, but tell us some of the other retail stores that we can find. These women can go out and find your product, and can we also get it online?
Yes, absolutely. MyTagalongs.com is our website. And you can find us. There's so many, from Bed Bath & Beyond, Container Store. You mentioned Nordstrom, Free People, Anthropologie, Urban Outfitters. I know I'm forgetting a bunch of retailers. Some DSW, we have a program with them as well. Gosh,
that's amazing.
I'm forgetting a ton of them. But.
So many. And you have a team behind you now that helps you. How do you stay empowered? How does Nicole start her morning? Because I know you are very busy and you travel quite a bit. So how do you, as a woman, how do you get up every morning? What is your routine in order to stay empowered and keep going with everything that you have to do?
One thing I do is gratitude. I think that's at the core of everything I do. Even on a bad day, I'll go to sleep saying, okay, one good thing that happened today. One good thing. It could be, my daughter called me from college, or it could be, I'm so grateful for, our sales director, or I'm grateful that I'm alive some days. Some days it's as simple as that. And in the morning, it's like, wow, same thing. I am so grateful for what I have. I remember when I didn't have anything.
Right.
And I could still say, the sun is shining today, and, I don't have anything, but I'm healthy. My kids are happy. And being that grateful, it's hard to be angry. It's hard to be upset when you're grateful. And I'm not saying it's always like that, but it's true. If you're thankful for something, it's hard to be angry, and it's hard to be disappointed, and it's hard. Not that those things don't happen. Trust me. I'm disappointed plenty, but overall, it's just being thankful for what I do have.
And I'm sure you share that with your team, and you probably surround yourself with a team of women that have your same vision and also that carry your same core values, because I'm a true believer in surrounding yourself with powerful, positive women that do share your vision, like-minded women, because if you don't, then I can see women that go down a path and they lose themselves, they lose their creativity, they lose their dreams, because they may be surrounding themselves with someone, maybe they may work with someone or have someone on their team, or maybe it's a family member, maybe it's a friend. And I am very strategic in who I surround myself with and who I have on my show, because it is important that we as women support each other. And when we have knowledge and we have success, that we share it. We share it with other women. And that is the only way that you can truly empower and inspire other women. Maybe you don't have anything to give them. Maybe it's just a compliment. You
Absolutely,
know,
yes.
Maybe it's recognizing a talent and a gift in that woman and going out and sharing that with her. I appreciate you so much, Nicole. I really, really do. I'm excited about your products, and I know that you have inspired someone today in their business to go out and do something else. And I want you to share with us some of your other feelings before we go off, or some of the things that you'd like to share with the audience. I just want to give you open mic right now.
Well, listen, to be able to inspire one person, that's beyond the dream I could have ever had. I mean, when I think back, it's like, forget inspiring. I had to pay the bills, you know, it wasn't even, I couldn't even think that far. Can you imagine? It's like, no, you make decisions differently when you're in a position where, okay, I have to pay the bills. Well, the pinks don't match on the packaging. You know what? I can't, that's not something I can deal with right now. You know what? We have to move on. Done is better than perfect, right? And and today, to be even sitting here with you, who I think is incredibly inspirational, to even have that platform is great. And then surrounding yourself with people, hit the nail on the head. If I did not have the people that I have, there's no way this could have been possible. On the bad days, or there's always someone, they keep me going. Some days it's like, oh, really, this is a tough one. And they'll be like, but Nicole, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. I'm like, okay. And I realize I'm not alone anymore. I had that aha moment. You know, when you're at a table and people are talking about my business as if it was their own.
Love it.
And I look and I'm going, oh my God, all these people, I'm not alone anymore. And they, at the beginning, would recognize it. They would go, oh, Nicole's having a moment. Nicole's having a moment. Because they knew I would stop and say, wow, I'm not alone.
Yes. So you just gave me advice right then, and selecting team members that are like you, that are like-minded, because you just nailed it when you said they treat the business as if it is their own, because you chose that person to come upon your team, and you saw something in that person before you employed them, and you knew that they were going to have that type of vision. So when you're down, they keep you going, right?
Yes, but it doesn't always happen. Like we've been lucky, but you can't always recognize that just by interviewing someone. I believe it's also bringing them in and creating a culture that makes that person want to do more for themselves, for the company, for me, for their families. I mean, it's very important, the balance. I care about their families. I'm interested in what they do. I want them to take classes. I want them to fulfill the dreams that they have beyond our work environment. That is very important to me, because I know you get it back. You know, it comes back to you in spades.
I wish all of our female leaders were like that. I really do. I mean, that is.
That's a naive. I kind of hope that that's the way it is.
Yeah, well, it's not, Nicole.
I'm sorry. My bubble.
I had to bust your bubble there. You know, I have been in corporate America and worked basically all over the country, from the east to the west coast here in the good old USA. And I have worked with companies that are so inspiring, and the women inspire each other. And I have also seen just the opposite. And it's so disheartening. It really is. And I really want women, especially those that are in power and in charge, and that are business owners, and that have the ability to form a culture of support and inspiration, and just basically, like you said, you know their families, you actually care for that person. I hope that someone listening that is in that type of role that will take advice from Nicole, because when you form that type of culture, you're building bigger. You're building bigger, not just professionally, but you're building that person personally in their life, because they're getting that inspiration from you. And I love it. Well, thank you, Nicole. I appreciate you so much. Tell everyone where we can find you.
Well, Nicole at MyTagalongs.com, or on Instagram, MyTagalongs.
MyTagalongs. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Guys, thank you for listening today. I hope that Nicole's story and her business ventures inspired you in some way. Remember to step out of your comfort zone. It's time. It is your time to try something that you've never tried before. Remember to keep your faith in God. first. Put him first. Your dreams will come true as long as you believe in yourself. I'm a true believer in that. Hope you have a blessed